Hi guys, so what you just saw is my balcony solar system. In this video I will explain you how I connected everything, what components I used, and most importantly I will show you which components are compatible with the Ecoflow ecosystem. So stay tuned. So in this diagram here you have the complete topology of the system that I have installed. So I used 4 Ecoflow 175 watt rigid solar panels connected to a Ecoflow stream microinverter, which is then connected to the battery, which is the Ecoflow Stream AC Pro, which will supply power to a socket. So as you can see in this image, the 4 panels are connected 2 by 2 in parallel, and after that they are connected in the Ecoflow microinverter. The microinverter will connect to the battery using the AC port, and the battery will connect to the regular power socket which I have installed on my balcony. So on my balcony I have my AC unit, I have a junction box, and I have a cable that comes from the electrical panel. It has a separate breaker and it goes outside to the AC unit. I just cut the cable here and install a junction box and just connected the AC socket. On the positive line on the electrical socket, I used a Shelly EM just to measure the power that is supplied to my house electrical system. In this configuration, I have 0 export to the grid, and this information is not available on the internet, but in order to achieve 0 export, you will need the battery and you will need the AC Pro, you will need the Stream Ultra Max Pro or AC Pro battery in order to achieve 0 export. So how this works? Basically the battery will connect to the smart meter, which can be either Ecoflow smart meter, it can be Shelly 3EM Pro, or it can be Shelly 3EM without Pro. In my case, I have used a Shelly 3EM, and you'll have to use just a single clamp. If you use multiple clamps, then the Ecoflow app will not know what to measure, and it will not know that you only need to measure the power from a single terminal. So basically, from the Shelly 3EM, I just use a single clamp and I connected it to the positive cable which goes out of my main breaker. So let's go in more details here. So basically this is the Shelly 3EM diagram. On this A port you'll have your clamp, which will be clamped into the positive cable or on the load cable. From the main breaker I have installed a Vago connector, and from the main panel I will have a positive cable going to the Vago connector. I have another cable which I will power my Shelly 3EM, and another cable which goes further to other breakers in your electrical panel. You also need to be careful when you are installing the clamps, because if you install it in the wrong direction, you will get a minus value, and you don't need to do that. So just connect your Shelly and do a quick test to see if the direction of the clamp is correct. So basically connect everything, check the Shelly app, and make sure that you have installed the clamp in the right direction. Basically, you need to get a positive value from there. This is the setup. In my case, I chose to install the panels in parallel because I have some partial shading sometimes, and in order to get more performance out of this system, I chose to connect the panels in the parallel. So let's take a look at the EcoPro app. Here I have my stream, microinverter, and you can see the power production on each port. So now I had some leaves and the wind was blowing, so the power dropped a little bit, but it is going back up to the optimal value. Also, I can see power generated on each of the days, and I can also see what I have generated this week. So I have generated 13.8 kilowatts. This is the Stream AC Pro, and as you can see, my panels are generating 230 and somewhere around maximum of 400 watts, and my home is now using 722 watts of power, and 354, 84, 91 are extracted from the solar panels, and the rest are exported from the grid. This is the Shelly 3 PM. As you can see, I have installed only phase A, and I can see the total power which is extracted from the grid. If I turn off my air conditioner, and you will see a minus value, which means that minus 2 watts to 200 watts were exported to the grid. But the Stream AC will normalize this, and all the surplus wattage will be sent now to the battery. So I noticed that I can charge my battery like 30-35% per day if I am not using the AC. You can configure your Stream AC Pro to work in different ways. I have chosen to configure it in the zero feed-in, and I just linked my Shelly 3M device. You can set charge and discharge limits. I set the discharge limit to 20% and charge limit to 100 because this is the LFP battery, it can handle that, even if Ecoflow would suggest you to use 80%. The operation mode is self-powered, so basically what I'm doing, I will have always 40% of backup reserve, so that in case of a blackout I can operate my base needs for a few hours. Base needs, it is the fridge, the lights, laptop, Wi-Fi router, my server, and maybe some other stuff. So as you can see now, I am using 173 watts. This is somewhere around my base consumption. It should be a little lower right now, but it's okay. And I am charging my battery with 212 watts. To set up everything is very simple. You just plug it in, add into your app, and you'll be good to go. Also, let me show you what I did in Home Assistant. So this is my generated solar power. Right now I'm getting 171 watts because the rest of them goes into the battery. you can also see that you might export something, but usually it's a very small value and it's negligible. If I go to my energy, you can see what was generated each day. You will see these values a little lower because the battery was charged and only a fraction of the power was fed into my home grid. I have this system installed for a week now, and you can see what are my stats for this week. So I generated 11 kilowatts, but there are only 3 days since I have everything installed correctly, because I had only 2 panels installed. Now I have all 4 panels installed. And my self-sufficiency rating is 19%. If I would not have the AC running, which is consumed a lot of energy, my self-sufficiency rating would be somewhere above 60%, maybe 75%. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have questions, just write them in the comment section and I will gladly answer those. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.